Hey tankers, this is Zem from Shrike Gaming. Um, gonna bring you a little Cromwell play today. This is one of them games that you have one of them what the fuck moments. Um, this is one of those games where you really wonder exactly how many players live in a cage, and the zookeepers are bringing them computers so they can smash their fingers into the keys. Usually, I usually look at the enemy tanks first and realizing that they are mostly mediums. I decided not to take the 1, 2, 3, 4 line that's usually mediums play. So I decided to take a little run over the 9 line to see if anything's actually coming. I kind of assumed that there wasn't because of their only one heavy they have and the fact that we had 4 heavies. Um, that they would be sitting mostly on the 1, 2, 3, 4 line. And unfortunately, our heavies didn't actually realize that, and the fact that we had 2 mediums, 2 tier 8 mediums, push the 9-0 line. This game looked from pretty much from the start, within the first 30 seconds, as a loss, and there's not much you can do. I mean, you can only berate your teammates so much, and I didn't even post anything. But after coming over here to the 8-9 line and not seeing anything, not spotting anything, I decided that to push down into the river and see if I could try to light some stuff up on that TD ridge. Pushing up into the bush and slowly seeing if I can spot anything, which I did. I ended up spotting one of their autoloaders and a few of the other tanks. As you can see, I still have 5 tier 8s pushing the 8-9 line, knowing full well there's nothing over here for them to engage. They continue to push. Um, this right here is one of those examples of not paying attention to the mini map. So now we have 2, 4, 6 tier 8s on this line that have essentially stopped watching the mini map. Now, it's okay to clean out one side of the map, but as you notice, as they get down to the B8 area, there is a fair amount of open ground between that and the cap, and the enemy team has 3 TDs sitting up on that, or actually 2 TDs sitting up on that hill now, and you've seen this a lot lately in game, where teams will a lot of times not even contest the 8-9 line and simply just park and wait for the enemy team to push down the 8-9 line and into the cap. Now, at some point, it should have registered to the 3 tier 8s right now that are pushing into cap that this might not have been a good idea. But that didn't seem to register. So now we have 1 tier 8 on cap, 2 tier heavies sitting here watching. Now at this point, the T-44 and 100 on the enemy team, and has essentially moved all the way to the back along with the AMX to our cap. As you notice, we have no mediums, no nothing actually moving back to reset cap. The Oho is, by driving out essentially where he is, kind of put himself into a no-win situation. He's going to get murdered here by those mediums. So, realizing that our cap is in a fair amount of danger, and after getting some shots off, I decided I better do something about that. And I moved up into a position where I can shoot the T-44 and not get spotted. Our artillery, for some reason, decided that he needed to charge cap, and we lost a player that didn't need to die. But whatever, it's puppies. What are you gonna do, right? At this point, two of the tier eights kind of figured out what was going on, and they started to come back to cap. But once again, they pushed down the low part, and which allowed them to be shot at by things sitting on top of the ridge. Not only that, they're also pushing directly into two fair amount of health mediums. Um, I, I I can't always blame high tier players, especially if since I'm only in a tier 6 in this game. But I really expect high tier players to at least do the damage of their tank hit points wise. And in this case, um, except for maybe this T-34 2, the majority, all the rest of the tier 8 tanks didn't even do the hit points, didn't even do as much damage as the hit points of their tank, which is not a good thing. That's pretty much guaranteed a loss. So now that the two at their cap, the two eights at their cap, had pushed into cap and were trying to cap and slowly got worked by the Challenger, the Mutts, and the T-21, and are now dead, leaving me with two rather beat up tier 8s and one more AMX 5100 to kill, and knowing full well that we were going to be pushed by the last three enemy tanks, we decided to, or I decided to, it was time to get the fuck out. The IS-3, for some reason, didn't think he needed to get out. He decided to hang out down in the water and watch, and then slowly drive to his death, because that's what you do as a heavy. You know, you don't have the view range, you don't have anything, you have crappy accuracy and all that crap. So essentially he's just driving along the bottom of the water, and eventually he'll be spotted and killed because reasons. I get frustrated by games like this. These kind of games really, I shouldn't say upset me, but they shouldn't happen. They just shouldn't happen with at this level. I could see 2s, 3s, and 4s. Fine, whatever. It happens. But at when you get into, it starts getting into 6, 7s, and 8s, I kind of expect a little better play, but it doesn't always happen. The T-34-2, not sure why he decided he needed to go up in there. We only had a certain amount of time before the Mutts would be here, and it was best to knock out the T-21 as fast as we can. But he decided to charge him, and it was a little too late to do anything about it. The Mutts had already come back, and so had the Challenger. I'm trying to work to fight shots. He gets killed. I'm kind of stuck out in the open, and I die. I did 3.5k damage in a tier 6 and a tier 8 battle. And what can I say?